Welcome back to ICT Trading Concept. How are you all? I'm very fine. So today's video I'm going to describe about the narrative of Friday. If you have already watched the narrative from Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday and Thursday, you already know how to expect the price action in those days. So this is the ending of the week and I'm expecting the power of 3 in Friday. What do I mean by that? This is the accumulation phase from the Monday. Okay, price will accumulate it over there. If you watch the accumulation phase or Monday narrative, you will know what I mean by that. Then the manipulation. If my bias is the weekly bias is bearish, I would love to see the higher manipulation from Tuesday. That will be the highest high for the week. After that, Wednesday I will expect the expansion. Thursday will be the continuation of the expansion, and then Friday market will go back again inside the range, inside the weekly range, and it will actually close over there. So this is the phase, actually the power of 3, and I use the narrative for my trade entry or for looking for the bias. Okay, now if price didn't go outside of the range in Friday, then I will look for some kind of sell side liquidity and buy side liquidity from there, and I will take my entry depending on that. What do I mean by that? When I'll be in the lower time frame, you will understand that. Okay, so this is the Friday candle, and you can see it has closed inside the range from here to here. This is the weekly range, and my expectation is market will close inside the range. That is my expectation. Now I'm going to 15-minute chart, and from 15-minute chart you can see price actually made so many sell side liquidity over there. I will just mark the sell side liquidity over there. So this low, this low, this low, they are all relatively equal lows. Okay, that is my sell side liquidity. I have marked the sell side liquidity. Market went above, and I'm obviously I'm using the reply mode so that I will show you how to take entries. Okay, if you mark the buy side liquidity over there, this is not clean buy side liquidity, right? This high and this high, they are not relatively equal high as well. Okay, let me show it to you. Look where this high and that high, that is not like this type of clean sell side liquidity. So this is not my buy side liquidity. I always mark my drawn liquidity depending on the equal highs or equal lows. Okay, I'm going to 2-minute chart. The reason is 1-minute chart is not actually loading. It's too poor. The data is not valid for 1-minute chart, so I'm showing you the entries from 2-minute chart. Trust me, if you come to my live, I will show you how precise the price action is from 1-minute chart, whatever. So right now, when after 9:30, all of you know my EM session actually start at 9:30, so I don't take entries before 9:30. It's much more safer for me, so I always tell you, or I give you the advice to take entry after 9:30. So after 9:30 it was consolidating, and then it came lower. It has made another low with the most equal lows. It came here, it failed to take the sell side liquidity. Instead of that, it has made another low. Okay, so this is now more stronger, and then price started to go higher. Where did it go? I went back and I look some kind of liquidity over there. I can see this is the last travel gap. Anybody has any confusion about this travel gap? I don't have. So this is the last fair value gap. I am expecting if price can go above that high and this fair value gap can hold the price, then market will go low and it will take the sell side liquidity from there. That is my expectation. Okay, so let's see where price went. Price came here, it has taken the sell side liquidity, buy side liquidity from there. It has taken the buy side liquidity. Okay, let me mark the buy side liquidity as well. This is for you. It has taken the buy side liquidity, and then it has traded the fair value gap. This is the last fair value gap. I want to see this fair value gap hold the price. I'm explaining everything in every day in my every live streaming. Same thing again and again. Please join to my live streaming. You will learn so many things. You have no idea. You can't imagine how much it will be helpful for you to understand the ICT concept. Don't trust me? Just try once. Okay. Then price came lower, little bit lower, and I'm just using reply mode again, guys. So price came lower and went above again one more time. I'm watching the fair value gap right now. Nobody can close above that high. If I see anybody close above that high, weak, I don't care. It's kind of weak actually do the damages. Body tells the narrative. Body tells the story. Okay. So I'm very careful about that. Price went higher one more time. Look, nobody closed above that high. That is the sign. Market is telling me, brother, I really don't want to go higher. I would love to go lower. This is the Friday, and I know I'm not expecting some kind of expansion from Friday. I'm expecting uh, it will make some liquidity and then it will go some specific level. From there, it will retrace and it will take the liquidity. So that is my expectation from the market. So you can see price actually went there. It was a little bit consolidating and then boom. This is my market structure shift. Why this is my market structure shift? Please watch the video from my playlist. It is called something how to avoid the losing trade. You will understand how I mark the appropriate market swing high or swing low for shifting the market structure. So this is my market structure shift. I got my market structure shift. What is needed now? I need a fair value gap over here. If I can see there is a fair value gap, then this entry will be valid. Why? Because it has taken the buy side liquidity. It has traded a fair value gap. This is the last fair value gap. From here, look at this. There is no other fair value gap above that fair value gap. Not even a single fair value gap above that fair value gap. So this fair value gap should hold the price and send it back to take that sell side liquidity. Very clean setup, very same thing I'm showing you again and again. Okay, then look over here. So this is my fair value gap. This is my fair value gap. Now I am waiting one more fair value gap. There is one more fair value gap. What I told you about this, if I see two fair value gap, then the first fair value gap is my breakaway gap and the second fair value gap is my entry point. Okay, so I'm going to mark this one as my breakaway gap. Same thing, brother, trust me, this is the same thing. If price can come to this fair value gap, I will take my entry. Let's see. Okay, so it came over here, right? That is my entry point. Where will be your stop loss? Above the consequent encroachment. I love to put it above the breakaway gap. Where should be your end target? This sell side liquidity, because this is the most obvious sell side liquidity. There is no other sell side liquidity over here. There is a very small sell side liquidity, but it's very near. I don't care about that one, so I will go over there. But maybe I will take some partial at the middle of the run. I will take some partial. Okay. Now, will you take your entry when it will tap to the breakaway gap? I am not agree with that. Most of the time you will see market even don't reach to that breakaway gap. It come to the first fair value gap, then it break lower or it went higher. Okay, so you please don't wait until the breakaway gap. Take your entry to the first fair value gap, cover your stop loss to the second fair value gap, and then look how price did. It went a little bit lower, trade once more time over there, and okay. Just let me show it to you. Let me go to the 15-minute chart. It will be much more easier to show you the thing. Okay, over here. Now I'll go to 2-minute chart one more time. So this is the thing. What is the rules for breakaway gap? Nobody can close above the consequent encroachment of the breakaway gap. So you can see there is a small wick above that consequent encroachment, but bodies didn't close above the consequent encroachment. This is the thing I'm actually showing you again and again. This is your entry. Now risk reward ratio 1:3.4. I really love this risk reward ratio, though I really don't think it's useful for me. But if you were actually a risk reward ratio trader, then you can say how easy it is good or not. Please let me know to the comment box. This risk reward ratio is good or not. Okay, so this should be your entry. Now, was that sell side was clean or not? In my opinion, this is very clean sell side liquidity. There was no clean buy side liquidity over there. So I wasn't interested to take any buys. After 9:30, when price was going higher, I was waiting to reach to this fair value gap. I did all of this thing in my life in front of all of my friends over there. If you don't yet, you didn't join my live, please join it and see the precision, man. I am doing this, to be honest. I am doing it again and again. I love to be right most of the time. So when it came here to the last fair value gap, I was watching the candles. Can it close above that high or not? I saw price directly telling me, no brother, I am not interested to go higher. Instead of that, it went lower, gave me market structure shape, first fair value gap, second fair value gap. This is the breakaway gap, this is the entry gap. I took my entry over there, my stop loss covered the first breakaway gap, price went lower, and finally it has broken the sell side liquidity. So that is my trade for Friday. And why I was confident that market will go low, because I know the narrative. This is the narrative from Friday. I know in Friday price will be inside the range from Sunday to Thursday. So I am not expecting the expansion. If price can go above and it is coming higher, that is the expansion. I am not expecting that from Friday. I will expect the expansion from Wednesday and Thursday. Please brother, again watch other narratives video. I have already added them to my narrative folder from my YouTube playlist. Watch all of these narrative. Trust me, you will be benefited. To be honest, you will be benefited, brother. So that is the thing. I hope it is clear, and you have to mark the sell side liquidity or the buy side liquidity for taking your entry, and this is how you will be the benefited trader. So that's all. If you are new, please subscribe to my channel and give me a thumbs up, share my videos. And if you are not new, you already know about me. Everything is here and it's done. The narrative video, I will make one more video when narrative doesn't work very soon, and then narrative is done. See you guys. Bye bye.